Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are live out at the Lane County Fairgrounds for the 2013 Lane County Fair, and boy, oh boy, it seems like this every year. I think Renee mentioned it last night when we were doing the news that it is hot every week whenever we get to Fair Week, and certainly not as hot as we had back in 2009 when Fair Week we were at about 105 to 106. But still, we were at 96 degrees yesterday. You saw a second ago, and I'll show you in just a second, in the Storm Tracker 9 temps, we are sitting in the mid-90s once again. It is hot. We don't have a whole lot of breeze, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon. A lot of fun. You can see a lot of the rides behind me already starting to get picked up. And again, Spin Doctor's on the main stage just behind us here to the right tonight. So what can you expect for that forecast? Let's go outside right now to the Storm Tracker 9 live radar sweep. And I'll show you what we've got. We've got the visual and infrared satellite imagery turned on. We have a little bit of cumulus cloud cover building up over the mountains, and again, some light returns, meaning some light returns from the radar that's picking up on a few showers. Most of those are not falling to the ground, and I'm not expecting them to anytime. In addition, the marine layer continues to just kind of hug along the coastline and head south as well. That's something that we'll be watching as we head in towards the next couple of days. Otherwise, wider snapshot shows the same thing. That upper level low continues to truck its way over towards Boise. It will eventually take a lot of that moisture and some of the lift with it, so I'm not expecting the thunderstorm potential to be there for tomorrow, and certainly not for the rest of the week. But the heat will be there, I believe, for about one more day. Temperatures across the region right now still hot, 90s all up and down the board, and it is going to continue to stay on the toasty side over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, what we've been expecting as we go in towards the rest of the night tonight is a pretty warm forecast. Overnight lows will be clear skies. We'll see the temperatures generally sitting right in the mid-50s across the board, not only at the coast, but here inland as well, and around 60 degrees as you get towards Roseburg and most of Douglas County. Now, wider snapshot, what's happening? Well, the jet stream, as you can see, is still well above us over into western Canada. We still have double barrel high pressure, one sitting offshore, one sitting north of Seattle. Both of those are going to continue to keep things pretty toasty for us over the next couple of days. And that low that's sitting out in the Gulf of Alaska is really being impacted by the strength of that high. So as long as that doesn't break down, that low will sit there. Now, the computer models are bringing that in by Friday, Saturday. However, they've been continuing to keep it a little further north. And so I've been bumping up our forecast. I think we'll be cooler as we get into the weekend, but not necessarily as cool as what we had originally thought. So again, every degree less than 95, 96 like today and yesterday, we'll certainly take it. And I'll show you in the 7-day in just a second. So let's go out to the coast and show you what we've got. Forecast for the coast will generally show the temperatures in the mid to low 60s tomorrow. We'll see partly to mostly sunny skies as we go in towards the 7-day forecast. Also looking at a toasty one, or at least a nice sunny afternoon for about the next 5 to 6. Down to the Umpqua Basin, it will be hot again tomorrow with the temperatures sitting in the low to mid 90s. Then as we go into transition into the 7-day forecast there, I'm expecting a slow break off into the upper 80s by Saturday, mid 80s, and some morning clouds back by the weekend. Up in the Cascades, temperatures will be in the low to, let's say low 80s to upper 70s, and mid to upper 80s as you get out across much of the foothills. In Bend and Redmond, one of the spots, as we mentioned, the Warm Springs Reservation fire, and the one just south of Gilchrist, or north of Gilchrist, near La Pine, that is. Very hot, dry conditions. Red flag warnings are out. 7-day forecast for Bend and Redmond shows 90s both tomorrow and Friday, finally backing off to the low 80s as we get to the weekend. And finally, for the valley, we'll see temperatures tomorrow. I'm going to bump us up. I'm going about 93 for our Thursday forecast, and I think even Friday we'll be flirting with that 90-degree number. 7-day forecast for the 7-day show, for the valley that is, shows the temperatures finally backing off. But as I mentioned, as that low stays a little further north, guys, I think that's going to keep us a little warmer. So I'm going to keep us probably around 83 to 84 as we get into the weekend forecast. But, you know, it's all relative, isn't it? If you're at 95 and you drop back to 86, that feels more like 56 compared to standing out in the heat today.
Yeah, kinda.
I think 83 is kind of that bowl of porridge. Not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
Just right.
Just right, especially in the summer. Yeah.
Bingo, Matt. You got it.
All right.
All right, time to look